connecting energy producers with consumers during the Energy Infrastructure Summit held in Washington. The summit was organized by the Atlantic Council's Global Energy Center in partnership with the U.S. Department of Energy and brought together senior government officials, energy executives, investors, and representatives of financial and consulting institutions. U.S. Energy Secretary Chris Wright and Atlantic Council President and CEO Frederick Kemp inaugurated the event, which was attended by ministers and senior officials from United States and Gulf countries, as well as chief executives of major energy companies. Discussions focused on enhancing the reliability of global energy markets and mitigating the impact of geopolitical disruptions on energy supplies through infrastructure development, regional connectivity, and the diversification of energy export routes. Speaking at the summit, Badawi said Egypt offers integrated strategic solutions for linking energy producers with consumers through a robust infrastructure network capable of meeting domestic demand while serving regional and international markets. The minister pointed to Egypt's extensive natural gas infrastructure, LNG export facilities, and the Mediterranean coast refining and petrochemical projects, crude oil and petroleum product storage and handling facilities, as well as gas transportation networks and regional interconnection projects. He said Egypt's strategic location at the crossroads of the Mediterranean and Red Seas and between Africa and Middle East strengthens its role as a regional energy hub, connecting producers with consumers and European and global markets. Badawi also noted that this position supports energy trade flows through Egypt, attracts investment, and contributes to diversifying energy supply resources. But we stressed that the next phase of energy resources development in the region should be driven by increased investment through stronger public-private partnerships, innovative financing solutions, and a stable investment climate that encourages long-term capital inflows. He reaffirmed Egypt's commitment to continuing cooperation with regional and international partners, particularly the United States and Gulf countries, to advance strategic infrastructure projects, enhance regional connectivity, and support the security and stability of energy supplies.
Welcome back, and to shed more light on this issue, I'm honored to be joined over the phone by Dr. Ayman Ghonem, economic expert. Good day, Dr. Ayman.
Madam.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining us on Nile TV International. And at the beginning, I would like to know more from you about the significance of the Energy Infrastructure Summit held in Washington, and also the significance of Egypt's role in connecting energy producers with consumers.
Actually, during the last 3-4 years, the world has witnessed two major global crises related to energy. The first one was during the Russia-Ukraine war, when the Brent oil price increased up to $120 per barrel, and this created a worldwide inflationary wave. And presently, the present conflict in the Middle East, where oil peaked to around $115 per barrel before it goes back down to the 90s after the announcement of the truce. And in the present crisis, many international organizations, many multilateral banks fear that this would also create a wave of global inflation. The whole world now is revising its energy strategy, whether in short, the medium, or the long run. Of course, in the short run, the world is looking at safe supply chains or safe pathways for the oil and natural gas exportation. It's looking at different alternate routes and different substitutes for the suppliers who are now having a problem in exporting their energy. In the medium and long run, the world is looking at substituting its reliance on fossil fuel, including, of course, coal, petroleum, and to a lesser extent, natural gas, to substitute such dependence with depending on the renewable energy, especially for the production of electricity. And that's why we see a lot of discussions going on the different levels, whether the academic or the leadership levels. These discussions are on how would the whole world cope with such energy crisis, and how would the whole world change its energy strategies in order to cope with such problems.
Well, Doctor, of course, Egypt enjoys unique geographic location. How does that location enhance its role in the regional and also global energy markets?
Well, actually, Egypt sits at the crossroads between Asia, Europe, and Africa.
Yes.
And it controls the major trade routes which flow through Suez Canal. This is a geopolitical competitive edge, and especially the Suez Canal economic zone now we're trying to make a good use of such a competitive advantage. Presently, Egypt has, we can say, an integrated framework, that integrated set of facilities for energy infrastructure, spanning from the oil production, oil refining, oil pipes, as well as natural gas exploration and liquefaction, and then exportation. The geopolitical stance of Egypt, as well as its integrated infrastructure, really allows it to become a regional hub for energy processing and exportation, and especially, of course, with the present problems and conflicts in the Middle East that really underline the importance of the geopolitical stability and stance of Egypt.
Well, also, Doctor, how would increased energy sector investments contribute to Egypt's economic growth?
Well, of course, the energy industry is a capital-intensive industry. In Egypt, we invested a lot in such industry. We have, for example, we have in Alexandria for the refinement of petroleum. We have two important liquefied natural gas liquefaction plants, one in Edco with a production capacity of around 7 million tons per annum. The other one is in Damietta with a total production capacity of around 5 million tons per annum. Both facilities, alongside with the oil pipes network and the purification and extraction facilities, all these networks represent, first of all, heavy investment. They play an important role in job creation, whether directly or indirectly. And most importantly, they help to stabilize the country's economy in terms of securing its flow of energy prices in the future.
Well, also talking, Doctor, about from your point of view, what are the measures that are necessary to maintain a stable investment climate that attracts a long-term capital?
Well, actually, the investments in the energy sector is considered to be one of the main priorities in Egypt, and we have law number 72 for year 2017 on the investments and incentives for the investments, and such law provides a lot of incentives for the foreign investors, especially the expansion in granting the golden licenses to the investors, to foreign investors, allowing tax shields of up to 50% of the investment cost in the priority zones like zone and the Suez Canal economic zone. These zones, of course, are determined by a decree from the Prime Minister, and allowing a tax shield of up to 30% of the investment cost for the other places and areas. Also, the law allows the refund of part or even sometimes the full cost of the infrastructure of the land. So we have a lot of incentives. And here we have to remember that the energy sector includes many subsectors. We're talking about energy exploration, we're talking about production, refining, that's for oil of course, and we also talk about petrochemicals, which is a vast big sector and it's integrated with the petroleum sector and natural gas sector. In the natural gas we're talking about the exploration, the liquefaction, exportation, as well as the pipes, the pipe network that distributes natural gas to the whole country. So it's this includes a lot of sub-industries, and many of these sub-industries and sub-sectors can make use of such incentives provided by the law.
Well, Dr. Ayman Ghonem, economic expert, thank you so much for your insight, and a short break and we will be back, so stay tuned.